Well, when I just came to Maastricht, although I was very excited, at the beginning it was a little bit stressful because everything was new. I had to get used to a lot of things, the system, the city, the language, and the normal things of getting used to when you move to a new city and a new country. So at the beginning it was very hard. But fortunately, the university in general and like the people that not only the people working for the university, like the tutors or the people who, for example, like the student advisors, were really helpful. But also the students really integrate you. So there's like this whole atmosphere that really helps you to adapt really quickly. And in my case, it was really stressful, but only 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, 3 top. And after this, I really adapted to the system, and everything just went quite alright after that. So I'm not going to say it was not hard at the beginning. It was, but yeah, it's not forever, and then it's really worth it. So good. Well, the hardest thing, I think, for me was the language that I was starting already, because I didn't do the first year here. I started like in the second year. So all the people was already used to all this vocabulary for business and everything in English. And for me, it was very hard because I also started, my first course was finance and accounting, which is one of the hardest, I think, in the whole program. So for me, it was very demanding, the language and the level in general. But I got really used to the classes fast and how to do presentations, because maybe I was not so used to that before. And yeah, and in general, like the facilities and everything are very. Everything is kind of like put in a way that will help the student. So when I just came here, you go to the library, there's computers everywhere, there's printers everywhere, which, okay, it might sound silly, but I was not used to this, and I find a huge difference, a huge gap on the quality of the facilities and stuff. One thing that I really liked was the system of majors and minors that I find is very nice to differentiate from what you're really interested into. So for example, I'm more interested into marketing, and so I can take more classes about this, and I don't have to take all the accountancy classes, which are okay, but I don't really like so much. And I think this is a great thing also about the program. Okay, about the PBL system, what I really like is that we have to be very active. I think this system really fits me. In my case, I think it's very good, because I need to participate. I need to be involved in what I'm doing, because if it's just too passive, if you're just listening to a lecture, which also we have lectures, but maybe not so many as tutorials, that's too passive, and I just get really bored, and my attention goes somewhere else. But if you are in a tutorial, you have to give your opinion, you have to, okay, maybe you have to argue with someone who has a different opinion, but it's always very productive. And also we have to prepare a lot for these tutorials, because we know that we're going to participate. So I think this really helps, keeps the constancy in the studies, that in the end helps a lot, because with other methods, maybe I used to, or maybe it's easier to just study really hard before the exam, which of course we do here as well. But it's easier because you already, all the knowledge is already on your head. I mean, you have read about these topics for every tutorial, so I think it's a very, very effective method for learning. So within the first weeks I already knew that I wanted to stay here. So in the end it was not really an exchange from Argentina to here, but I knew I was going to stay. I knew I was going to transfer, and that's what I did in the end. So. Yes, I think it's very nice that the staff is from many different countries, and the staff, like the tutors and of course the students. There's a really very diverse population of students. Lots of Germans too, but also a lot of exchange students from everywhere in the world. So I think this is very interesting for someone who is studying, in my case, international business, to get to know other cultures firsthand and to talk to these people and to see during the tutorials how things are in your country, how things are in my country, to see all this perspective. For me, this is very valuable, and yes, I think it's very important for the development in this area, right? In international business. Right? Another thing that I really like about Maastricht is the location, because it's very centrally located in Europe, so it's really easy to travel around everywhere. And for me, that I come so far away from Argentina, I've been here in Europe before, but I didn't explore that much. So this time, also there's so many like low-cost airlines and flying around here. It's very cheap and it's very easy to arrange to go to see anywhere in Europe, North Europe, South Europe, Italy, Spain, Sweden, Slovenia, I don't know, you name it. I was very happy that I got these chances to travel around, and this way you not only meet the different cultures in Europe, but you also meet the people and you make connections. I made friends everywhere. I have like really good friends that I made on these trips, and I think this is also very valuable besides the academic part, of course. Yeah, the semester abroad, this is again, I think, together with the fact that the university was in English and the level and everything, the fact that you have to go to another university abroad, that this fact that is compulsory to go abroad, I think that is fantastic, and I think that many other universities should have this. And of course this was one of my biggest points of interest in coming here, and at the beginning I didn't know if I was going to go abroad, because well, I was already coming from another university and I already had a special situation for myself, so I was not sure if I was going to go abroad. But then I informed myself about the possibilities and if I could participate, and once I became a regular student, this was the same for me. So yes, I just was very happy, because also the university has many partner universities with many other cities in different countries all over the world. So that's fantastic, and and since I was lucky to have a good grade, so I also got really nice possibilities, and in the end I decided that this was again an opportunity that I shouldn't miss. So that's why I decided to go again on exchange, and I chose to go to NUS in Singapore. So that was also very nice for me.